sitting on a bench right now in my neighborhood in Queens, New York, in front of the forest, and really contemplating and being present with what's here. And it was interesting because I woke up this morning feeling this energy of what I would maybe label as anger or frustration, but I wasn't certain where it was coming from. And instead of going into an old mechanism of overanalyzing it and trying to figure it out, I tuned into what was here, and the first thing that I heard was go take a shower, and I did that. And then it was go outside. So I did that, and there was a part of me that really wanted to fight. No, it's like, no, you have to like sit down, listen to this, like figure it out. And it was like, I have the awareness that it's here. So just with that, it's going to unravel and figure itself out. So I followed the energy and I was like, okay, let's go outside because the sun is shining and the wind is really beautiful and dancing with the leaves in the trees. And I knew that going outside and taking a little walk would do me good no matter how I was feeling on any given day. So here I am, sitting on this bench, dropping in. I did a little bit of breathing, 4 count in, 4 count pause, and 8 count release, and did that a couple times, and it was pretty easeful. So my parasympathetic nervous system is pretty okay, but still had this like, what's going on? What's here? Like, why am I having this wave of like, like this sort of like almost what could be the beginnings of a tantrum if you think of a 5-year-old having a moment. And so I was like, okay. And I tuned in and I just sat and I just let the wind blow through my hair as it is right now and felt the sun on my skin and just observed the simplicity of the presence that is here. The cars going by, the fresh grass growing, the new green on the trees, the clarity of the blue sky, just the simplicity of the moment and acknowledging the feeling that was here, that is here. And I was going to say persistence. I guess persistence and presence, just like coming back to center, coming back to just here, and not trying to do it, not trying to figure it out. It began to reveal itself to me of this feeling. So much has been transpiring through this time, and I've had a lot of experiences throughout these weeks of newness in our global experience of just lots of identity, lots of ways of being, or how else to say, modes of operation that just are no longer the way that I wish to come forward in the world and with myself, and just deeper layers of trust and truth revealing themselves to me, which means a lot of identities needing to be transmuted. So really seeing them and loving them and thanking them for their time and being like, okay, that no more of that. And it's so interesting to be in this space of acknowledgement of them and understanding why it's coming up and acknowledging the feelings that are there, and that not necessarily needing to do anything about it, not needing to be like, okay, we're going to transmute this right now. Just being like, okay. And it's just a matter of present choice, and knowing that if they come up again, it's a different perspective, it's a different angle, it's a different part of the same thing that is then looking to be integrated, that is looking to be embodied. I know these are a lot of words that get thrown around a lot within the varying communities of consciousness and experience and spirituality and what have you. But really what I mean by it is just not just saying it and not just like mantraing the shit out of it, but really like letting it land. And sometimes that takes a long time on the linear scale because nothing happens before its time. So today, just even acknowledging that while as I was breathing in and feeling the frustration and then understanding why it was there and then just breathing the presence of that, the expansion that I felt within my body, which is what I know my indicator is when something lands. I feel this sort of like spaciousness that comes in. That's my indicator. Yours could be something different. So tune into what that is for you. I just knew that it landed, and acknowledging that it's not like, okay, I just took a couple breaths and it happened. Yes, but it's also on a foundation of putting that into present practice as often as I could in the best way that I could in every moment, which means years and years and years of following the energy, listening to the pings, trusting, not trusting to then trust again and again, and continuously unraveling in this quantum entanglement of experience, of beingness, of presence. And it's simple. It gets to be so simple at the end of the day. I think a lot of what this is simplicity and the complexity of that. But I guess sharing this, part of why I'm sharing this is because I didn't get to this moment today because I did what I think I should do. I followed what felt like aligned to do, or felt just like, okay, yeah, that. And it didn't necessarily make sense. I didn't need it to necessarily I didn't need to figure it out or mentalize it. It was like, no, you're feeling this. What do I need to do next? Like, what's next? Oh, a shower. Okay, yeah. What's next? Oh, go outside. Okay. And releasing, like letting go. God, all these terms, like words can be so interesting because, I mean, you'll tune into the energy here and you'll know what's for you. But it's like this releasing of need for attachment, for it to happen. Do you know what I mean? The space of, I have this, I know that I want to let it go, and what's actually here, and trusting that if it doesn't get let go today, in this moment, in whatever time frame I'm putting or wanting to put it in, that if it doesn't happen, that's okay. And that it will. And my only job is to continue to listen, continue to follow the intuition, the whatever's here, and let it move, And so, yeah, I'm just feeling, even though I'm taking breaths, I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, whoa. And it's this ever-present reminder where it's like, oh, okay, got it. It always happens in the perfect time, even when our, say, ego self or human self or however you want to label it is like, no, but this, I got to figure it out now, or I got to do this now. It's like, no, you don't. Your ego wants that. And thank you, ego. Thank you, identity. Thank you, personality self, for wanting so much and for being that part of the expansiveness of the whole beingness, where it's like I get to, it's like a powerful reflector. It's a beautiful filter. It's a wonderful invitation to center deeper into your inner knowing, deeper into your trust, deeper into what's here, and deeper into just the truth of who you be, and really coming into this space like, my truth isn't going to be your truth. And sometimes our truths may overlap and there may be similarities or exact points, but it's never going to be the same. And it's the respect and honor of that, where that's okay. And it's like, can we honor and trust people to make the choice that they need to make for them on their path and their journey, and we do the same. And letting that truth, letting that trust unravel everything that's here. Because when we choose truth through our individual vessels and perceptions, when we choose whatever the truth is for us, then whatever isn't that, what isn't in the centeredness of that, will reveal itself and resolve itself. But it all gets muddied and gets yeah, just messy or messier when we bypass our truth, or we, um, what's the word? We micromanage, micro-adjust our truth, and then things get even weirder in a way where it's like sometimes they don't have to be, but maybe they do, because that will also reveal, right? It all comes to a matter of like presencing and choosing, and yeah, it's like, yeah. I don't know if any of this makes sense, but you know what's here for you, and you know what's not here for you. So trust what you receive, and whatever's here for you, take and utilize it for your own expansion and your own growing, and everything else, just leave it. And just riff in a little bit of a stream of consciousness, and yeah, we always know what we need and what our truth is, even when we think we don't, even when it seems like what is it even? Because even those moments of feeling so completely lost and not knowing, or feeling like we don't know, we still do. And that trust, that truth is always truth, you know? So, yeah, I'll leave you with that. Love you. Thanks for being here. Enjoy these beautiful trees that are behind me, the forest. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Love you.